What's up there? What's up there? I'm just getting my chat up and running. How are we doing on this lovely, lovely day? What is going on with my chat? It's been a while since I got on live. I hope you guys are doing well. We have so much to get into today. We have Aaron Rodgers destroying Jimmy Kimmel. We have Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, back-to-back fighting. What is going on? Come on. And there ain't no doubt I love this town. Okay, I'm just going to pull up YouTube chat. I'm having chat issues already. How we doing? How we doing? Okay. There we go. What's up, guys? Oh, there he is. Willie, what's up? Back live, yeah. This is so whack. I thought it was terrible. I feel like I had to play it because it was just so bad. And first of all, how dare you make fun of, okay? Do not make fun of freaking Guy Fieri singing to Donald Trump, okay? He's no longer a cook anymore. He is a singer. I mean, how good does Guy Fieri look? Some would call him, a lesbian woman, but I would call him beautiful and brave. How are you guys doing today? How's the new year? New year, new me. Okay. What is going on with this stupid? Of course, like the first stream is trash. Finally, you are live. Oh, there we go. What's this? Hardcore feminist. Dude, what's up, MAGA? This is so wacky. Who invited the most obnoxious guy in the karaoke bar to sing for the former leader of the world? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I can't speak, dude. I honestly can't speak. Was anybody else having trouble with Rumble today? I was trying to do stuff on Rumble and I couldn't get anything going. Also, raise your Zima mugs if you're ready and prepared for the annual ritual that is taking the first sip of the Zima mug affiliation. And then my chat just went, okay, there it's back. Do not speak of St. Guy. Doing well, how are you? Dude, Willie, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I needed a sabbatical of just live stream. I just needed to re-diagnose what I'm doing. See if I could do it better. See if I could be more myself. And working with people this time of year is particularly tough. And I just had to take something. I hope you guys are enjoying my morning show though. The morning show's been fun to do. Waking up a little early before work. But the Elves impersonator is better. And do you see the crazy tweets Trump is being old on Twitter? No, I haven't seen that. I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to, though. Oh, let's see. There we are. Little fire. Shout out to the fire guy, by the way. Nobody does a fire better than... it's not even... That's just embarrassing. The holidays are balls. Is the holidays hard for you guys? It could be hard for me, too. That's what she said. But sometimes they're hard for me. Just a lot going on. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as well, that the Epstein client list will not be released. And I can't tell if this is real or not. This is from Charlie Kirk, so you can trust it. #1 news source everywhere. It just got posted saying that it will not be released full until at least January 22nd. And then I read on here in Raw Alert saying numerous false claims about the release of the latest Epstein documents are circulating on X. Dude, who knows what's going on with the Epstein list? And then I saw a bunch of right-wingers talking about the logs, which were already released. And then here's what everyone is pulling up. Speculation runs as courts suddenly pull the plug on release of Epstein list. Dude, I don't know if this is real. By January 22nd, submit the court for in-camera review of affidavit. I mean, this is what everyone's passing around. Does this look real? Hundreds of classified court files regarding Epstein, the sex trafficker who hung himself allegedly. In 2019, it had been reported assured contained renowned names such as Prince Andrew and former Bill Clinton Bill Clinton's a no-brainer. There's so many pictures of him. I don't know what to think of this. Do you guys think this list will ever be released? How can anybody be surprised? This is going to be buried, if not 90% redacted. Oh, dude. 100%. 100%. There's going to be so many shenanigans with this. There'll be a need-to-know basis with everything, because that's what everything is, a need-to-know basis. It's just like, why do you need to know the list? So I know that America is as corrupt as I assume it to be. I think the funniest thing, too, is that, Jeff Epstein's island now is going to be Little St. James, and somebody bought it over. And the new owners of the late financiers' playgrounds, they're going to, put hotels in this island. Billionaire Steven Dekoff paid $60 million for this. I mean, what kind of sicko buys this? These are people that buy houses that people were just recently murdered in. The island were initially listed at $125 million, sold for $60 million, so half. Would you stay on this island? It'd be tempting. But also, I'd feel like I'd be condoning what happened. I don't know if I could get myself on that island. God, it's just... The failed buyer to land the buyer, the price was slashed to $100 million in 2022 before Dekoff $110 million slash. Gross. Will the list ever be put out? I don't think so. I think people are hoping and praying. It's like the UFO thing. It's like one thing after another with UFOs or JFK, all that stuff. I celebrated the first Christmas as soon as it would be the second Christmas. What? What do you mean first Christmas? You have multiple Christmases in your families? There's not even an airport on the island. That's super uncomfortable. That is true. The fact that you have to take a boat to it, it just makes me feel like it's like a private eye's secret vacation. You can only get to it by boat. Come to Epstein's Island. It's like, come to Epstein's Island, now called Little St. James. Not so little anymore. For the small price of $10 million, you too can stay on Epstein's Island. The massages are done by 18 and over. Hundreds of women around the world. Okay, it's just very exciting, though. This is going to be one of these things that I feel like every month or every year there's going to be something prolonging it to not ever coming out, ever. Don't you feel that way? It's just never going to come out. The island's got bad mojo, dude. Dude, 100%. I feel like this is like one of those places you go to and you just feel like a bad person the whole time you're there. But, there are people in the world that genuinely love feeling like that. So, who's to say we should judge them? Speaking of judging them, classified UFO briefing is next Tuesday. Speaking of stuff that it's never going to come out, is this real? I don't even care about UFOs at this point. I just feel like it was always the funniest thing when it first came out, when UFO stuff came out and everyone just went, oh, okay, cool. And it was like one of those things that you should be an explosion of stuff. Don't forget Epstein's desert ranch. Oh yeah, in Santa Fe, right? His ranch is in Santa Fe, where there's 3 deserts in 3 weeks in every direction. Isn't his ranch in Santa Fe? Epstein's ranch. I think it just sold, didn't it? Yeah, Zero Ranch in New Mexico. 8,000 acres. Zorro Ranch. Isn't that such a rich guy thing? Oh, you know the Zorro movie? That's such a badass movie, dude. 27 million. Is there a video of this ranch? God bless the USA.
The sprawling New Mexico ranch, once belonging to the late Jeffrey Epstein, is now under new ownership.
Santa Fe, that's where
the deed
Whoopi Goldberg
lists the
lives.
new owner of Zorro Ranch in a remote part of Santa Fe County as San Rafael Ranch LLC.
You be the judge.
We were not able to reach the company to learn about the plans for the property.
Look at that property. I mean, this looks like a little UFO landing pad right here. The U.S. plan, we need to cover up, release the UFO footage. Oh, 100%. Anytime like the stock market's going to take more dives or they decide to, cut interest rates, which who knows how that's going to play out. Release the footage. Release the UFOs.
We did hear back from the Epstein estate, who says the proceeds will be used to pay the estate's creditors. The ranch was listed for $27.5 million when it went on the market 2 years ago.
I feel like the impeachment inquiry, impeaching is like impeaching and indicting anything that has anything to do with U.S. presidents. It's like UFOs. It's like Epstein. Nothing's ever going to come from it. It's just a matter of selling newspapers and getting people up in arms and losing your mind so that you don't hate the people in power, as always, and then nothing comes from it. And then we all just pretend like you're going to, in like 3 years, you're going to be like, oh yeah, remember when Trump was supposed to go to jail for the rest of his life for starting insurrection? There'll be like those memories. Or remember Hunter Biden? LOL. Wasn't that crazy? It's just all gonna get swept under the rug. I don't know. I'm not one of those people that think our government is that run that well that something would actually come from anything. People still buy newspapers. Dude, yes. You're buying a newspaper with the clicks on your mouse, young man. That's how you do it. Have you guys seen like the whole Aaron Rodgers calling out Jimmy Kimmel about Epstein Island? Has everyone seen that? I think it's like the funniest thing in the whole world. But I like that Jimmy Kimmel has gotten mad about it. So here's the original scene for those that don't know what happened today on the Pat McAfee show. I don't own a mouse.
Mm-hmm. Bring it up, Foxy or somebody back there.
Seats on it.
Bring up Super Bowl 58.
You'll see it.
The emblem. Put it on the screen. And then bring up 57 and 56.
Does that have something to do with the Epstein list that came out?
Feels like
That's supposed to be coming out soon.
Look, this guy's been waiting in his wine cellar. Yeah. I've been waiting in my wine cellar for this thing.
A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right. Obviously, a clip from this particular program was run on Jimmy Kimmel's show whenever Aaron brought up the list, and then Jimmy mocked him for it. Mm-hmm. Aaron has not forgotten about that, but here we are, sitting right in front of that nice bottle of scotch. Mm-hmm. What do you say? I'm waiting to celebrate something.
Oh, yeah.
He's been waiting
That's
for
the one.
He's been waiting.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if that list comes out, I definitely will be popping some sort of bottle.
Hey, you've been calling for it for a few years now.
Ain't coming out.
Anyone else notice this? Oh. My God.
I just love that Jimmy Kimmel got really mad about it. Jimmy Kimmel, the comedian. No, I love when comedians like make fun of people or say outrageous things, and then if you say anything negative about them, they just start losing their mind. Dear asshole, for the record, I have not met, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any list other than a clearly phony nonsense that soft brain wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality. Unlike me, from the Man Show. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up, or we will debate the facts and further in court. And then, old clips are coming out of Epstein's cook is besties with Jimmy Kimmel.
Where they cook the food, that
the hot side and then
we
the cold
eat.
side.
The APL stands for Adam Perry Lang, the restaurant's owner.
Turns out he makes a mean chicken wings and macaroni and cheese for the kids.
And chef and Jimmy's longtime friend.
How did you guys meet?
We don't even know each other. Yeah. No.
Well, this is awkward.
We met. Adam was a chef on my show.
And then he took me to his island.
He barbecued a whole pig in our parking lot.
And the rest is LA foodie history.
Oops. I don't know if he's actually going to be on this list, but who cares? I just love that. He's allowed to say anything he wants because he gets under the coat of being a comedian. But as soon as something said negative about him, excuse me. Excuse me. This quarterback needs to be taken seriously. Pizza King 2.0. Yep, Jimmy Kimmel so innocent that he had to post needlessly angry tweets to defend himself. Well, exactly. I mean, come on. Come on. This is the Pat McAfee show. It's just dudes being dudes. But Ben Shapiro's sister actually said something about this also.
People are also pointing to Kimmel's longtime friendship with a man named Adam Perry Lang, who is a professional chef. And the two are so close that they spend Thanksgiving with each other every year, and Kimmel even helped Lang start his steakhouse APL in Hollywood, just a few blocks from Kimmel's studio. Here's a photo of them cooking meats together.
Besties.
Now, that restaurant, APL, closed in January of 2022, in addition to Lang's Napa Valley Steakhouse, which also closed around the same time. And publicly, they said that this was all due to the restaurants not being able to bounce.
Do you guys know that leaders talk with their hands? Put that in your repertoire.
Back from COVID and the lockdowns, and I'm sure that was a contributing factor, but the chef's reputation and the restaurant's popularity was shattered when it came out and it was revealed that Lang not only took trips to Epstein's Island on the plane, but that he was Epstein's private chef in the early 2000s. This was not a man that just hung out in the same circles. No, he was there for years working for Epstein, with the clients, with the women that Epstein was trafficking. Eater wrote this in 2019. Barbecue star Adam Perry Lang confirms that he once worked for Jeffrey Epstein. And then in 2020, there was a podcast episode.
Brett, please lay off the gummy bears, dude. She's so hype. I don't think she's taking a whole breath.
Podcast investigation details Adam Perry Lang's stint as Jeffrey Epstein's private chef. They said the podcast follows Virginia Roberts Giuffre?
Giuffre.
I'm probably butchering her name, but we'll just call her Virginia for now. An Epstein victim attempting to reach Lang, who worked as Epstein's private chef in the early 2000s. Last year, unsealed court documents.
Okay, so he's friends with the chef. Whether that means he actually flew or not, who knows? But Jimmy Kimmel's the worst. Just like he just. After COVID broke, I know Donald Trump broke him, and then COVID especially broke him. And once you're broken like that, you're just done. What he should have said right here is to say something like, yeah, and you would know because you were on those flights with me, bro. Something that just cuts it. Or, I don't know. But seriously, Jimmy Kimmel should sue Aaron Rodgers, take all his money, in fact, take his next leg. Done. Dude, Brett Cooper is so hype. I don't get her. I like the Brett Cooper. She's like a fake streamer with her fake streamer background. Have you ever seen her? Like their whole Daily Wire thing is that she's like a streamer, but she's not a streamer. And she's allowed to do that. Jimmy has problems. HVAC, Canadian rock. HVAC. Dude, Willie, what's up, fellow? I can't say that word. Jimmy most certainly did. He's a media powerhouse. Those douchers get into some douche debauch stuff, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's such, like, to be on that island is such an insane allegation, and just like the implications on somebody to be a part of that island is so insanely drastic and devastating to their personality and just like how people view them the rest of their lives, that I just want to be very careful with saying this person was definitely there or this person wasn't. And $10 says that Donald Trump's going to be on the list. And then people are going to lose their minds about that. And then we're going to go into like, at what capacity was he on the list? How did he be a part of it? Also, and then there's going to be redacted names and people are going to speculate on those names. Like, I feel like it's going to be one of those things that nothing comes from it. It's like the most insane thing. Like all these people, sexually assaulted all these underage girls and nothing is coming from it. Like it's so crazy to me. It's like when you find out like people aren't paying their taxes and yet you are, or like, California just passed a law saying they're giving free healthcare to illegal migrants, and then you're a sucker paying for your health insurance. The system is breaking. We're all going to come together. We're all going to be one. Neil deGrasse Tyson was definitely there. Dude, he's the one that he's the one that created the ship to get there, dude. He probably helped come up with a mathematical equation to get people there faster. Bro, this live chat is blowing up, dog. Hey, thanks, Stinky. Regardless if Jimmy Kimmel was on the island, that dude is 100% unadulterated douchermonger. Again, Jimmy Kimmel lost me, dude. I used to love the Man Show. For obvious reasons, I was like 14, and then the end of that show where they had girls jumping on trampolines, I didn't know what was happening. I just kept watching. It's very uncomfortable. Love the Festus backdrop from the green screen. Hey, thanks, Stinky. But Alan Dershowitz did not remove his pants during the massage. Cigars were used, though. Yeah. There's going to be some people. We might even have some Fox News celebs on there. I don't know. It's just... I just feel like people... I think it shows also... I think like the Epstein logs show the lengths people will go in order to be around famous people or to have some kind of notoriety, or like, we're going to get together with all very like-minded individuals, very high power, high influential leaders in the world. Would you like to come to my island and have a conversation? And it's amazing how many people jump on those kind of opportunities. It's literally amazing what people will do just to be around influential people with the hopes that that'll help them rise up in the ranks or whatever. Did you guys see this? Did you guys see this? Police investigating the first case of girls' virtual gang rape on the metaverse. It's amazing that people are so surprised this would happen in the metaverse or, in VR. You create an entire video game culture based on violence and like Grand Theft Auto, where you can do whatever you want, or Red Dead Redemption. British police are investigating an alleged, of course it's British police, alleged gang rape of a girl's avatar. Also, you're allowed to take the headset off. It's not real life. But I think it's just going to make more people more violent. VR headsets, if you're allowed to gang rape people on a VR headset as a child, I mean, think of the implications that's going to do to the psyche, to the modern everyday child. That they have a virtual reality experience where there is no consequences to their actions. And if there is consequences, it's like, really? Consequences in VR? It's like when you go into like any video game chat room where it's like everyone's saying the N-word, everyone's calling, like it's just everybody in their worst parts of themselves come out when they feel like they are free to say whatever they want, and so they can say all the naughty things and do all the naughty things. So the metaverse is, of course, going to be like this. Apparently, the girl was 16 years old. In a virtual reality headset in an immersive game, when her avatar, an animated representation of her, was raped by those several men. Is it all men? Who knows? Although the accuser did not sustain any physical injuries, she may be suffering from trauma. I don't know. Like, I've never put on a VR headset. Have you guys ever put on a VR headset? Am I the only one that's never put on one? I don't know what it's like to have a VR headset on. Fun fact, if you teabag a guy in Halo 2 Deathmatch, Scotland Yard will classify as a terrorist attack. Dude, who hasn't teabagged someone? We're all guilty of that, okay? We're all guilty of maybe saying some things that we're probably regretting. One day we're all going to die and get to heaven, and God's going to have a list of every naughty thing you said on every video game console known to mankind. And you're going to have to pay amends for all those things. You're actually going to have to meet the people that you dropped those words to, and you're going to have to fight in heaven. It's just part of things. It's in the Bible. Read it. UK authorities fear there might be possible to prosecute under existing laws, which defines sexual assault as a physical touching or sexual. What laws? What? The investigation has raised questions about whether police should be able to use time and limited resources to investigate metaverse. I'm just imagining like these 60-year-old cops trying to investigate the metaverse. Just like, what's going on, mate? You're being raped. Take the headset off. Oh my God. But Home Security James cleverly defended the trailblazing VR rape probe. I know it's easy to dismiss as not being real, but the whole point is these virtual environments is that they are incredibly immersive. We were talking about a child here. The child is going through a sexual trauma. Then the game shouldn't allow. What game is allowing like sexual rape on it? You know what I mean? Like, how is that even a possibility? Was she actually raped, or was people just like surrounding her and not letting her like get through? Like, what game is this where you can like take like rape someone? Like, what is this game? Just the metaverse. In the metaverse, you can have sex with people. Like, what is happening? It would have been a very significant psychological effect, and she should be very, very careful about being just. No, she needs to go talk to somebody, and they need to bring her back down to like ground level, saying maybe you shouldn't be playing metaverse games at your age. Maybe you should realize that this isn't real life. This is an altered reality. It's not real, and help ground her in this instead of encouraging this. This just makes it worse for kids by encouraging them, saying, no, your experience in the video game was real. It would be like me playing Call of Duty and then saying I'm a war veteran. I have been through hell and back. I have literally been to war myself. I swear to God. And I have deep traumas I'm dealing with because of Call of Duty. Swear. One of my friends shot me friendly fire in the back of my head. Not a joke. Not a joke. The metaverse creates a gateway to predators to victimize their children. Yeah, of course it does. That is online to a T. That's why child porn is such a big deal. I said child porn. There's been several reports of virtual sex crimes in the Horizon Worlds, a free VR game. Horizon Worlds, a free VR game by Facebook's Meta company. Okay, what is this? Horizon Worlds. Let's check it out. Horizon Worlds, where you too can. And like, this looks so like. It just looks so fun, and you like have little guns, but they don't include getting gang raped on here. What the frick is that? Hold on, I'm scared to show this. Okay, cool. Here's Mark Zuckerberg. Just God. Go get him, boys. Oh, this is just bad. I think it's hilarious. I mean, the same government covered up actual gang rape, grooming gangs for years, and now they're going to crack down on virtual. Well, of course. Well, that's the British government for you. It's like real crime. No thanks. Virtual, or you said the F word. You know, the one that has gay implications online. You need to go to jail for the rest of your life. Or you made a dog do a Nazi salute. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Molested by a computer. Yeah, exactly. Imagine she did a Jussie Smollett. See? Look at you playing 4D chess. Here I was thinking this girl has some really deep trauma she needs to work through. And she is actually Jussie Smollett. Virtual killing in games is still illegal, right? No, it's not. No, you can't kill anymore, even in Call of Duty, even in Fortnite. It's not a joke. Mark's avatar looks like a creepy lesbian. It does. Mark's avatar. I don't know who he looks like, but he looks like a guy that makes everyone uncomfortable at parties. Sweet baby Rays, Mark. Sweet baby. But the same police department can't spare officers investigating violent crimes, but they will send 9 cars to arrest a 14-year-old autistic girl for saying a cop looked like a lesbian. Oh yeah, dude, that video is nuts. But this is I kind of feel like the chaos that they allow to unfold in some of our cities and some of our countries is completely on purpose at this point. At first I thought it was just policies that they just were so stupid they couldn't put they can't separate their fingers from their toes. I think it's all on purpose. They want chaos so more power can come in. It's stuff like this. It makes you wonder, is this even real? Because they want laws in the virtual reality. There would be nothing. Can you imagine if you're a police officer? Do you want to go solve an actual murder? Or do you want to go to some 13-year-old kid's house who just dropped the N-bomb online and lock him up for the rest of his life? What do you think sounds like an easier job? What sounds like a slam dunk? You know what I mean? That being said, if you find me online in the metaverse and decide to touch me inappropriately, I will find you and I will touch you back. England is doomed, yo. Dude, all of Europe is, man. His eyes are too big, more like Beatty-eyed SOB, lock his parents up. Yes, yeah, lock his parents up for dropping the N-bomb. God. Dude, we're such a crazy human being culture. You thought the Epstein logs was going to be the hottest story of the day. No. Absolutely. In my day, you couldn't play a video game to be a molester. You had to earn it. Wait, in your day? What day was that, HVAC? What day was that? Back in my day in the 90s, early 2000s. English culture has been almost destroyed. London's classic architecture has been replaced with depressing skies. Dude, that is all modern art, though. All modern, modern architecture. Man. Always when I'm about to start spelling stuff, I just hate it. I just feel like all this stuff, this kind of modern architecture, you know what I mean? I just think that looks so dehumanizing. But that's everywhere nowadays. It's oh my God, look at this freaking modern. We only have windows on one side. Look at these windows on one side. It's beautiful. It's brave. Everything's anti-human. Replaced with depressing skyscrapers. England's oldest pub shut down due to unfair energy costs. Is that true? The oldest pub was shut down? That one with that door from the 1600s or something? Dude, I've been wanting to go to England so bad. I just got a passport this year because I want to go to England. I want to go to a soccer game to see Manchester United. I can't help it. Call me gay, I don't care. The hottest story of the day is a recipe for the world's spiciest jalapeno almond jalapeno. The secret is to replace eggs with jalapenos. It's jalapenos, douche. It all represents being alone. Dude, Marcia. Yes. This architecture represents being alone. Ugh. Dude, I cannot emphasize that enough. Most of the clients that I see that need therapy are people that are just lonely. Dudes that I hang out with, the dudes that I help out are just incredibly lonely human beings. Our society is not well, especially our men. We don't know how to make friends with each other, and it's really sad. That's why I like doing this kind of stuff too, because I'm connecting with you guys. I want you to feel like you're not alone. Because, God, loneliness creates depression, anxiety, also, creates a lot of maladaptive coping mechanisms where you start to become addicted to fentanyl and all that kind of fun stuff. Modern decor too. Yeah. They're all ape-like in Investigations VR. They all act like ape in the Investigations VRs. Male loneliness is a real thing. It's tragic and unnatural. Oh, 100%, dude. Male isolation and loneliness. I would say that probably 90% of the men I help are isolated and lonely. And they're just like, I struggle talking to girls. Or they come in, they say, like, I'm depressed. I could tell you so much of that bottles down to isolation and loneliness. They're lonely. They don't know how to make friends. They don't have anyone to open up to. And then the friends that they have, they don't even know if they're friends with. They don't even know if they could say all the honest stuff because they're afraid to get canceled, or they're afraid to say the wrong things, or they're afraid their comedy is not accepted among their peer group. It's just like, that's crazy, dude. Dude, Happy New Year's, Multi-Shot. 2024, best year ever. Hashtag Civil War. Hashtag living my best life. Biden needs a fiddle in his in his arms in that picture. No, he's got a gun. He's shooting at us. He's destroying our country. Dude, speaking of male loneliness, dear God, I don't know if you've seen this story. These 4 social media influencers were swept by the movement that claims obesity is perfectly healthy. So these 4 fat, positive social media influencers are all dead because encouraging people to live a lifestyle that will lead to their death is not an healthy thing. Imagine that. I remember doing whole stories and videos about saying these things are not healthy and you will die from this, and being called racist, fatphobic, or just stay away. Get out of here. Don't talk about other women like that. The final videos posted by Brittany Sauer of TikTok's page are upsetting. It's just, I can't emphasize, like, 2020. If you are morbidly obese, make 2024 the year that you finally change that. It's not okay. It's not okay to live that way. Change that today. Like, the fact that, like, I'm amazed how many things people celebrate as healthy, like this. This is healthy. No, it's not. As celebrate as healthy, even like mentality, even like ways of viewing the world, even ways of viewing yourself or your surroundings, or this whole thing of like, however I feel is the truth, and like all this kind of stuff is all gonna like reap horrible harvests. And you're seeing it live right here, where people are dying because people are like, you know what? Good for you, girl. You do you. Yes. It's okay to be, 50, 60% body fat and do an occasional yoga every once in a while. That's okay. God. I mean, that is a back. Is that Michelle Obama? It's just, I remember seeing this guy's videos on TikTok everywhere where you just constantly eat like a ton of stuff. Like those mukbang videos where people just like are eating gobs of stuff and they're like celebrated everywhere. Ugh. I don't know what it is about watching those videos of people just like consuming. Have you ever seen those videos like mukbang? What is it called? Mukbang. What is it called? Like mukbang video? And so I'd say mukbang eating. Have some more fries, maybe you discovered. Yeah. ASMR mukbang. Oh yeah, this guy. Whoa. That sounds inappropriate.
여보세요? 응? 언니야. 뭐해?
안녕하세요.
안 먹고 있는데? 뭐 먹어? 아니지. 불닭 말고 그래서 먹을까?
Give it 2 years. Those people are going to be huge. Wait, there's more though. Where's like the big people? Eating mukbang curry. Do not start a YouTube channel and start eating like that. God, I can't watch those videos. It's disgusting. Dude, I'm sorry I made you guys just watch that. It's so uncomfortable, dude. Very, very ASMR-ish. It is. Are you turned on? Me too. I'm not turned on. It just makes my toes curl. Do you see what happened to Japan those 2 days? Disasters? Yeah, I did. That's really sad, dude. I got a buddy that is moving back to Japan. Because he's in the Air Force. And that is just scary. What was it, 62 dead? 56 minutes ago. 62 people dead. Fears grow about saving people. It's trapped. When does a tsunami hit? Like, I don't really know much about tsunamis. I just know they usually follow earthquakes. And I feel like, I don't know if a tsunami would be worse than an earthquake like this. But I assume it would be. 1,000 soldiers in disaster zones. What a way to go, right? You're just like having a good time with your friends and all of a sudden you like die in a freaking earthquake. I've never been in an earthquake. Have you guys ever been in an earthquake? In the chat, let me know if you've ever been in an earthquake. I feel like it would feel like I was on some kind of like Universal Studios ride or something. I got a YouTube channel where I make fun of TikTok thoughts. I don't need to start one. I got a YouTube channel where I make fun of TikTok thoughts. I don't need to start one where I eat a bunch of food. Yes, you do, Papa. I want to watch you eat food, and I want to play it on here. I'm gonna touch myself. It's gonna be like the metaverse, but for just me watching you eat ASMR food. Please close your mouth. Willie says I'm my best friend. Oh, sorry about the delay. Ask the people in LA. I do. I have family live in LA, and what was it? Just the other day, it was like a 4.7 earthquake, and I was like, "Did you feel it?" They're like, "No." And then the plane burnt. Oh yeah, the plane hitting the Coast Guard today. I didn't. No one died from that though, right? Except for the people on the Coast Guard. Japanese plane crash. 5 crew members dead. Hundreds evacuated saved. Could you imagine being on this plane? I freaking hate flying for one. I just But being on a plane like this, I don't know if I'd ever get back on a plane. At least not for like a couple of years. I wonder if they had a video of this. Video. Let's see.
Officials in Japan tonight are piecing together the tragic chain of events that left 2 planes on a collision course.
I walked in the middle of the quake and didn't realize that somebody told you. That's crazy, dude.
Haneda Airport. Surveillance cameras captured the moment of disaster as a Japan Airlines Airbus with 379 people on board collided with a much smaller jet.
Dude, there are people on that just skidding down the runway on fire. My God, that's freaking nuts. I don't know if I'd be screaming. It might be one of those things that you're so terrified, you're just like, just keeping your mouth shut the whole time.
Japanese Coast Guard plane that for some reason was on the same runway, officials say.
The people in Lizzo's house go through an earthquake every time she gets out of bed. Is that true? I'm not going to lie, getting out of bed as you get older sucks.
Was assigned to the arriving jet. After the impact, the passenger jet continued down the runway, leading a trail of fire. But remarkably, everyone on board the wide-body jet survived and safely evacuated. Tragically, 5 people on board the...
Willie says, as a retired aircraft mechanic, don't fly too much. What is that supposed to mean, Willie? Don't scare everyone.
Coast Guard plane were killed. A pilot was the only survivor. The Coast Guard crew was responding to an earthquake disaster when disaster struck on the runway. Tom Costello has late developments.
That's your time to request a beer. I'll have that double of Jameson. Excuse me. Do you have something a little harder on this flight, like some fentanyl? I would like to have that now. I would like to start my fentanyl journey right about now.
And terror on the runway in
I hate flying. It's dehumanizing. It kind of does feel that way, doesn't it? It's like Everyone dresses like crab. Everyone dresses like they're going to the gym, but they're going to Planet Fitness, but not working out.
As a fully loaded Japan Airlines passenger plane arriving
Airlines
on a
are
domestic
woke these
flight
days.
crashed into
What company
a smaller
is it, dude?
Japanese Coast Guard plane. The massive fireball.
Speaking of that, I need to get a list of hold on a second. I need to make a list of like every conservative coffee company, because I want to like do a video of just like drinking all the conservative coffee companies and telling you what I think is the best, because I think my guess is that every single one of them is trash, but I'm open-minded and I want to know if they're not all just grifters grifting off of conservative coffee. I want to know if they're actually good. So if you guys actually know any good coffee companies that aren't trash coffee, let me know, because I want to know.
Rolling down the runway.
Blame it on climate change.
Inside the JAL plane, terrified passengers saw flames outside their windows, smoke rolling through the cabin. Swedish tourist Anton Deva was on board with his family.
I looked to the left and I see flames all over the windows, and the plane starts to shake and all the lights turn dark and everyone starts screaming in Japanese.
What if he just got super racist just then? Yeah, everyone started screaming in that ching chong talk. Because you know how Swedish people are. At least that's what I've heard. Oh, that ching chong talk. It's probably the same brand as Walmart brand. That's what I think.
Evacuated down 2 emergency chutes.
I heard that coffee beans are all from the same company. Not true. Not true. There are many of the big coffee companies are very similar. The cheap beans, yes, but some of the small farmers, no.
As airport firefighters,
I was playing coffee. Okay, I'm done with the story. That's insane, though. God, what a way to almost go. Speaking of almost going, this woman will not quit. Harvard's Claudine Gay is set to keep her $900,000 a year salary despite resigning as a university president. $900,000. See, you and I are suckers. Okay, we're over here paying our taxes, paying for health insurance, making sure we're not sovereign citizens, we're paying our DMV fees. This woman is making $900,000 sitting at home and playing Mario Kart. She won't be leading the Crimson or Green probably. The ongoing Harvard president Claudine Gay is still likely to earn $900,000 a year despite being forced to resign her position as the school top administrator. $900,000. Prior to being named president 6 months ago, Gay earned $879,079. Oh my God, $79. Thanks for adding that. I would like a $79 raise a year, okay? Because if I don't, I'm going to Princeton, you son of a faculty arts and science dean in 2021, $824,000. Her position was now not specified Tuesday, but she is expected to receive her salary comparable with what previously, if not higher. God. This is like an NFL coach getting fired. It's like they get fired and they get more money to do nothing. It's like, we're going to have to let you go. God, this is just the worst. Why are these people this way? You know what? Due to outrage and comments that you've said, we're going to have to let you go. Not because you forged your dissertation. We all do that. Let's just be real. We all do that. We all don't quote well. Sometimes we take whole paragraphs by accident because we're trying to get it done soon. Sometimes we're drinking coffee to 3 a.m. and we have to write a paper and it's just going to go all night. And sometimes we have to just, clip a paragraph, clip a page, clip a whole dissertation. It doesn't matter. Clip a whole research paper. Who cares? We're tired. We're exhausted. We're at the end of the semester. We're just getting our paper in. It's not even about your doctorate. It's about the journey. Okay, it's about the journey. The journey is fantastic. Claudia gay. Nothing could be gayer than you not doing your dissertation the right way like the rest of us people. Poor saps that choose to quote. Dude, when I just finished my master's, the last paper I turned in, I think had like 1 million quotes on it. Like 1 million. I don't understand these people that like write. Why write when you could quote? You know what I mean? She needs to learn that. But at the same time, don't. Keep doing you, boo. You're making $900,000 a year. I'm not. I need to learn from you. I need to become gay. Claudine gay. When are you streaming? I'm starting to stream 10:30 p.m. Eastern weekly. Probably adding Sunday shows too. I wonder how many married proposals she'll get now. Dude, I want to marry her. She's looking fine. I'm going to throw my ring away, dude. Lock me up. Throw away the key. Especially with those glasses. I mean, at $900,000, she's a 10. She's a 10. And if Joe Biden wins again, she will become the next vice president. Mark my words. Claudine Gay, the next vice president. Kamala 2.0, you suck. Claudine Gay in the house. She's black, she's a woman, and her last name is Gay. It's a win-win-win-win-win. Don't worry, there's another fact. Black, trans, lesbian, binary, minor, attracted to chick. Yeah. Put a chicken in it, make it gay. There you go. Quoting is what makes the term paper. Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's so easy to quote. Like, you just need to find good quotes. The whole point of a paper is finding the longest quotes you can possibly find. And then turning it in. Gay. An anonymous student said, "Gay's getting off easy." Wait, don't they all though? Don't they all get off easy? You know what I mean. Put in the chat. Let me know how gays get off easy. All right, 100 messages today. Dude, you guys are blowing up the chat. I appreciate you guys. Honestly, appreciate you guys for being here. My first day back to the live streams. I genuinely appreciate it. I hope you don't notice that I have like a quiet voice because I got kids asleep, dog. My kids are asleep. Got the kids over. What's going on? It should be lame as F. Term papers were the easiest thing about college. Dude, they were. Papers were so easy. All you have to go is Google, what was that? Googlescholarly.com, and then just clip papers. Just clip them all day long. Let's see. Google Scholar. Let's go to Google Scholar. Let's type in Claudine Gay. See, there's already some papers about her. Putting race in context, identifying the environmental determinants of black racial attitudes. God. Wait, was this written by her? References. Claudine Gay. Where is this? Claudine Gay. Huh. Dude, shout out to Claudine Gay. The effort of black congressional representation on political priority. See, we're learning so much together, guys. ScholarGoogle.com. Does Anna know about your kids, Derek? Yes. She's the one that birthed them. I mean, she and I are not doing well lately. Pray for us. Speaking of pray for us, have you seen this photo? Look at Bill de Blasio spotted looking lonely and cold and homeless at an NYC coffee shop. How's those free fries working out for you, Bill de Blasio? And then you get free fries. Because what's better than free fries? All by myself. Don't want to be. Dude, he does look lonely. God. And he has his legs crossed. And he's wearing New Balances with white socks on. Let's say a prayer for Bill. Because we all know that anticaspary ovaries are 90% car hair fur balls. Don't you dare bring up Anna like that, you son of a gun. You know how that triggers me. You know what that does to me. You know. Looks like Steve Urkel. It does kind of look... Dude, Claudine Gay does kind of look like Steve Urkel. Did I do that? Speaking of did I do that? Dude, Don Lemon comes out in support for MAGA. Unreal.
Look, I would rather Donald Trump not to be the president of the United States again. But it's a devil you know in many ways. And I think that a Nikki Haley may be much more dangerous than a Donald Trump, because at least you know where Donald Trump stands on issues, and we have lived through a Donald Trump presidency. No one knows what a Nikki Haley will do, especially when it comes to a woman's right to choose,
exactly.
When it comes to racism in this country, and when it comes to supporting someone who inspired an insurrection in this country. So,
does this look like an AI version of Don Lemon?
I know that's going to be surprising for people to hear, but that is my God's honest truth at this point.
Don Lemon wants Donald Trump over Nikki Haley. See, this is what happens when you leave CNN. The truth comes out. Because the Don Lemon on CNN,
Trump stands on issues, and we have
would
lived
not
through a Donald
ever
Trump
say
presidency.
that. This is like Chris Cuomo. God. Don Lemon is the most pathetic male prostitute to ever walk to Earth. Does that look pathetic to you, Papa? That's a man who knows how to get it done. Celebrate him. Nikki, more like Nikki with 3 Ks. How dare you? Looks like an inmate for prison. Don't make him dream. Does he have AIDS? No. Not all gay guys have AIDS, Marcia. Jeez. What's your problem, bro? Okay. Okay, this is what I want to get to next. Have you guys been like... You guys see like the whole Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson thing? Have you guys seen that? Like Tucker Carlson, like kind of, Come here. Anna never responds. Anna, get up here. Come here, Anna. Come here, Caspin. Come here, young Turk. Get out of here. God, she never listens. He only has lemons. No, boring. Well, it's kind of heating up a little bit today. A little bit. So this is what Tucker Carlson said about Ben Shapiro, about how he is like so focused on Israel and not focused on America whatsoever. This is kind of his from breaking points.
They don't care about the country at all. And that's kind of their prerogative, but I do.
I'm going to ever so softly call out Tucker with the hopes of bringing...
Okay, so that is a little segment. But then Megyn Kelly had...
You've been in the news.
Ben Shapiro on today to talk about exactly the Tucker Carlson thing. And so I haven't heard this yet. So I'm excited to hear this with you guys. Oh, I have loyalty to Israel first? Yeah, that's kind of what Ben Shapiro... I mean, he's a dual citizen. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, his whole shtick is that.
News over the past couple...
Ben Shapiro sucks worse than Don Lemon during the CNN
days because you and Tucker have been kind of going back and forth on Israel, who's right, and that kind of thing. And it's gotten a little personal on his end a couple of times, including in an interview he gave to Sagar Enjeti, in which Sagar mentioned you in particular and some of the skirmishes and the disagreements you guys have had on Israel. Here's what Tucker said.
There are people on the right who have spent the last 2 months every single day focused on a conflict in a foreign country as our own country becomes dangerously unstable on the brink of financial collapse, with tens of millions of people who shouldn't be here in the country. We don't know their identities or the purpose of their being here. Like stuff that's could destroy the country for real and make it impossible for my kids to live here. They've said nothing about that, and they're focused with laser intensity on foreign conflicts. They don't care about the country at all. And that's kind of their prerogative, but I do, because I have no choice, because I'm from here, my family's been here hundreds of years, I plan to stay here. Like, I'm shocked by...
I'm also shocked at how this is supposed to be controversial.
How little they care about the country, and including the person you mentioned. And I can't imagine how someone like that could get an audience of people who claim to care about America, because he doesn't, obviously, right?
Right. No, I can, because there's an audience for everyone.
Your reaction to that?
I mean, a bit of an astonishing statement there from Tucker. I would never doubt his...
I am outraged that Tucker would say anything negative about me. There are much bigger issues than going after me and what the Daily Wire is doing and what we're doing to counter culture. I'm just waiting for him to say something like that. Go, political pundit, go.
Love for the country, even though he and I disagree wildly about a number of topics. First of all, he attributes to me a bunch of things that simply are not true. If anybody has listened to my show, which has a few listeners, over the course of the last several months, you'll see that I talk about all the issues that he mentions there, including the border issue, all the time. If you watch my show, he actually attributes to me, I believe in that interview, the view that, for example, the United States has some sort of duty to import Palestinians from Gaza. I've overtly opposed that because it's ridiculous, silly, and would be awful for the United States of America. So he just attributes to me a bunch of views I don't hold, and then proceeds to say that I don't care about the country. Yeah, obviously that's silly, and that's...
God. See, this is why debates should happen between people instead of just like, I'm just going to take a small segment and create an entire narrative and argument based on that one segment. That's so silly. That is not what he said. Ben Shapiro has been spending way more time talking about Israel than America lately for obvious reasons. It's starting to slow down a little bit. I'm sure his donors or his superiors, aka Jeremy Boring, is starting to tell him to cut it out a little bit, come back to the American side, because a lot of people just don't care about war anymore. It's not the 90s, it's not the 80s, not the 70s, not the 40s, it's not the 20s, the 15s. People just are so sick of war. We're so sick of fighting wars that have nothing to do with us. We're so sick of giving money to wars, and that's the whole point, is that he should be talking about what's going on in America because he's an American citizen first. Like, it just seemed like that's all he cared about. And so that's what Tucker's whole point was. And then he just like creates an entire narrative that he doesn't care about America. That's just so silly. That's so disingenuous. That's so disingenuous, man. He knows exactly what he's doing. I mean, Harvard lawyer, come on. God. I'm going to take the most out. This is what people do. This is what I sometimes hate debates, is what people would take. You could like give a great point. It could be like fantastic point full of all these great nuanced takes, great truths. And then you'll slip up on the last segment and you'll say something dumb or something that they can just bite off of. And then they'll just spend the entire last hour debating that last 2 minutes of the argument rather than the entire buffet before, because it's an easier talking point. Amen to that. Let's keep going.
Untrue. I think it's part and parcel of something that Tucker has had a habit of doing recently, which is we disagree, therefore you don't care about the people that I care about. You don't care about the country. As for the notion, by the way, that his people have been here for hundreds of years, all four of my grandparents on both sides have been here since the early 1900s. So over a century, my family has been here on both sides of the aisle. I also have no intention of moving. So,
just find a good woman to marry her. Ben Shapiro's advice to lonely men. Exactly. Just take the damn vaccine, you idiots. I forget what he said.
I don't know what more there is to say about that other than it's an absurd accusation. It's unfortunate. I certainly don't feel that way about Tucker as much as I disagree with Tucker, as we said, on a wide variety of issues.
No, I don't either. He loves America, and so do you. And I know you both very well. So it's unfortunate to see that the kind of skirmish, but to me, whatever, you guys will move past.
I love that she's saying like it's so unfortunate to say the skirmish, but at the same time she's bringing him on the show and like wants to talk about this because she knows it'll get clicks. It's so unfortunate. This is literally why I'm watching this video, because I know it'll get clicks. It's just so unfortunate that in the title of this newly shot segment, I have Ben Shapiro and fight over Tucker Carlson. I have Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson in the same title. It's just, I am outraged that we're even talking about this.
Then why didn't you bring it up, Megan?
Like I said, boring. It's not boring, Marcia. This is awesome. Ben's always cranky. Ben doesn't like when he's called out by his own people.
What's more interesting about the whole thing, Ben, is we are seeing a very fractured right. I mean, a very fractured right? You've
True.
got the America First crowd. You've got the neocons. I never really considered you a neocon. I mean,
I like that people like to pretend like having the right be fractured is a bad thing. Why is that a bad thing? Why is having different thoughts in one bubble like a bad thing? When did that become a bad? That's a good thing. I want more people's ideas being pushed. I don't want just we're the
Republican Party and we all agree on these 5 things, okay? And we all come together and we're all one. Praise Allah.
Our friends over at Commentary, John Podhoretz. No,
Daily Wire is nothing but smug douchers. Oh, come on, Papa. How dare you? Lady Ballers was trash.
Rothman, now he's at National Review.
So
Open neocons. That's not how I see you.
Have you guys seen Lady Ballers? That movie sucks. Movie sucks. I didn't want it to suck, but I was watching it and I stopped watching it because I couldn't do it anymore.
How do you describe yourself, and how do you see like what's happening now within Republican, within conservative
how do you describe
circles
yourself?
On like sort of this, it's not as strong as to call it a civil war, but there are real differences that are leading people like Tucker to say, if Trump were to choose Nikki Haley as his vice president, I would actively campaign.
See, when I said that like 4 months ago. I said Trump is going to choose Nikki Haley as his VP, and everyone poo-pooed me, and now there's news stories about it. I'm telling you. There is a possibility he would choose Nikki Haley or Tim Scott. I am telling you, the right choice is Vivek. That's the right choice.
Against the ticket, there would be a complete meltdown on Team MAGA.
I mean, honestly, it would be fascinating to see if Tucker actually did that, if Trump did pick Nikki Haley, because that would be de facto campaigning, I would assume, in favor of Joe Biden by that same sort of logic, because presumably one of those two people is going to be president of the United States. But when it comes to, the fractures on the right, of course, there are a lot of fractures on the right. There have historically been a lot of fractures on the right, going all the way back to battles between William F. Buckley and Pat Buchanan. I mean, like, there's nothing new that's happening here on the right. It's just louder, and I think that's because there is no sort of guiding voice of ideology inside the conservative movement writ large.
Yes, we need somebody to worship. The people on the right need an all superior being to just float in. I am the right. Bow to me. I am El Nino. God. Why? Yeah, you know why? You know why there isn't just one voice? Is because of podcasting, because of the internet. It's not like you have 2 channels to choose from. It's not like people are given to you. You get to decide who you get to listen to nowadays. This is a good thing.
Or inside the Republican Party, because Donald Trump, who is the leader of the conservative movement or Republican Party until deposed, he doesn't have a thoroughgoing ideology, and he's open to a bunch of different perspectives, meaning sometimes he sounds a lot like Tucker on foreign policy, and sometimes he sounds a lot like me on foreign policy, and there's a lot of in-between. When it comes to sort of the arguments about foreign policy, where I put myself is in sort of the...
worship Jesus, it would drive Ben like crazy. Oh, of course it would.
He's a good teacher. What are you talking about?
In sort of the hawkish realist camp, meaning...
I think when you ever talk about Jesus with Ben Shapiro, you watch him squirm. Or when he talks about the Bible, he squirms so much because he doesn't want to offend his listeners. That is one of my favorite things in the whole world. When you're watching a podcaster and you ask them a question that they're worried about offending their listeners, and you can just watch how they're like, it's like, can we talk about something different? It's always, anytime it messes with somebody's money, ooh, that's a problem with some of these podcasters. Some of the bigger ones, they start to develop this persona and this like identity, and as like, I don't know, Bannon is, I don't know. Who's like a big Trump person, like Cat Turd's a big Trump person, or like Steve Deese is a big Ron DeSantis person, or like once you start to choose a politician, you watch them. If their politician starts to look bad in any capacity, they're like, what do you mean? I never read that story, or like I never held that view. And here's what I promise you about me is I'm going to give you my honest take. And if you don't like what I have to say, awesome. I want to be in a community of people that don't just shut off each other's voices because we have a different opinion on something. Imagine if we all could just come together and I say something and you go, I think you're wrong. And I go, okay. And then we could still hang out. There's so many podcasts that's like, I don't believe what you say about that. Click, turning that off, idiot take.
That there are a lot of conflicts in which the United States should not be involved, but a complete United States isolation.
Oh my God, Trump-Obama ticket? Yes.
Retreat from the world is going to make for a significantly more dangerous world. So, for example, I don't think the United States should go to war in Iran. I don't think the United States has an interest in war with Iran. I think.
Yes, we do. Ask Lindsey Graham. He's ready to go to war with Iran today. That is a senator I voted for at one point in my life, and I'm still repenting of today. Please forgive me. I voted for Lindsey Graham.
What the United States does have an interest in, however, is, for
sound
example,
like John Lennon.
Destroying the Houthi.
I do have an Asian chick in my bed.
The ability to
she's breaking up
the shipping in the Red Sea, the Suez Canal, and the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. I mean, those are areas where the United States has a very strong interest in the freedom of the seas, not just because 10% of all world oil goes through that particular area, but also because if you don't actually demonstrate that the United States, through our naval power, is willing to guarantee freedom of the seas, there's a pretty solid shot that China is going to blockade Taiwan and then bottle up the Taiwan Straits, which is going to block up world trade almost entirely, and therefore lead to a massive economic recession, which does impact American citizens. I think that there's a view of foreign policy that basically things that happen far away don't affect Americans. I think that that's wrong.
Well, because of policies that we've put in place, we've allowed it to where other countries are taking advantage of our policies because they're making cheaper products. And so it's like, yes, we need good foreign policy because of our own dumb doing. But would it be better if we just relied on ourselves? I don't know.
I think that,
Jesus loves you, Derek. Oh, yeah, he does. I love Jesus. Come on.
Can have debates over which area particular foreign conflicts fall into. But I think there's a sort of black and white rhetoric that's very often used with regard.
I think people are you're probably like me, is what I assume is why you're here, is that I'm just like so tired of just being worried about everyone else's problems when we have so many problems here. I mean, look at the illegal migrant crisis here. Like our inflation, our debt, our overbloated bureaucracy, bureaucrats, that people in government that are more powerful than like the freaking president at some point. You can't fire these people. Like, this is the problem, not Iran or what's going on between Israel and Hamas. Ben Shapiro at one point said, which was the most famous quote, that he said, we don't need to worry about Israel because they'll defend themselves. They're fine. They don't need our help. Now he's backtracking on that, of course, but yeah, let them defend themselves. I don't care. If they want to go and just like get rid of Hamas, do your thing. It has nothing to do with me. Like, it sucks and it's devastating and sad. And it's sad watching kids and people dying for just a stupid government, like people in power making chess move pieces. So then, the common folk like you and me get hurt in the end. That is a very sad reality and very sad to watch. But this idea that there aren't atrocities going on in our own country, and somebody that what I do, I work with people that are heavily addicted to fentanyl, watching what fentanyl is doing to our 20s to 30-year-old human beings is devastating. It's disgusting. It's sad. And no one gives a shit about it. And it drives me insane that there is entire generations of people in 20 and 30 years old that are just dying on the street, dying alone, dying with no help. And we're just like, you know what? Let's give $100 billion to Ukraine. Why? Because we don't know. The guy can dance and he's a comedian. Like, it's just... that's where it breaks down between me and somebody like Ben Shapiro, is that if you don't get your house in order, you can't help other people. You just can't. And so you got to get your house in order. Period. Fix your house. Oh, that'll preach. Did you vote for Nikki? No. God. I might have voted. Yes, I probably did vote for Nikki. I gotta find. There is an old picture of me and Nikki Haley hanging out. But that's when I was stupid. That was when I was like in high school. And I was just like, oh, Republican equals good. Like, you know, like I was a high schooler. I was dumb. I just thought like Democrat equal bad, Republican equal good. And so but also Nikki Haley was a different person back then. She was totally different than who she is today. She made a lot. She's like, you know, Nancy Pelosi has changed. But once you make all that money, you change. You start making money based on your political decisions, you change as a human being.
Regard to arguments in which views are misattributed and accusations are made about policies that people don't even actually hold. And that I find weird.
Negative dings on credit reports happen to...
No, we're not watching a minute of ads. What are you, nuts? Unpopular opinion, I think Megyn Kelly did not do that great in the debate. Changed my mind. I also don't think she's that hot. Also, the soft filter she uses on her podcast is unreal. That soft filter look. Let's see. Let's put it at 1080p. Dude, she does not look like this. That soft filter is nuts. Look at Ben. Clearly defined. Look at her. Very soft. God, that's amazing. Wow, she looks really hot. Is that AI? What a silly video. They didn't even really go into it. You see how he just kind of skirted the issue about Tucker Carlson? He did not go into it. He didn't say, like, she was like, tell me about the fractions. Didn't really go into that either. This is what happens. This is what happens with money, people. You start to rely on people for your money. You stop speaking your like free voice. You stop like speaking your mind, and you're worried about your bottom line. You start just like talking about random stuff, or just like, what a flatline question. God, he should have said, Tucker is a piece of crap. I hate him as a human being. He was always mean to me at Fox News whenever I showed up there. And he made fun of my yarmulke, and it's not funny. What a cuck. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Who cares? There are bigger things. That's what she said. Ben Shapiro is about fun. Ben Shapiro is as fun as regular oatmeal, except more useless. Yeah, all he needs is a little honey. All he needs is a little brown sugar in his life. You know what I mean? Ben Shapiro, get a little brown sugar in your life. You'll stop being oatmeal and you'll start being delicious. Get a little peaches and cream. Let's go. He who spins the dreidel spins the news. She's controlled opposition. I wouldn't go so far as to call Megyn Kelly controlled opposition, but I just think, like, people try to make Megyn Kelly to be like this hard-hitting. Yeah, in comparison to, Fox News commentators. Yeah, she is aggressive. But in the podcast world, I just, like, I know it's like a very popular thing to go from like a new, like a TV show, and then you go to a podcast. You make your own podcast. I think it's great. But also it's like cheating. It's like the network props you up as a voice to listen to, and then all of a sudden you start a podcast and you just start taking people's money and rely on YouTube money, and you try to be like this. She tries to do the both sides thing a little bit too much, and you're just like, the whole point of podcasting is that you're supposed to speak your mind. I don't need your BS political answers on things. I need the real you. I don't want to question what's happening. I want to see Biden in the New Year's Eve party. I want to see Biden at the New Year's Eve party. Dude, Biden, did you see that video I posted about Biden saying that he ate everything that was put in front of him? He's such a child. I love it. But But I felt like I was the same way. Impurity ashes. I know nothing about Aaron, so I guess I'd vote for him. Dude, Aaron Rodgers. What? Dude, yeah. Vote for Aaron. Hashtag vote for Aaron. Everyone put vote for Aaron. Aaron's the guy that cooked food for Epstein. Oh. That guy? Aaron Rodgers cooked food for him? Try no sins news. Okay. Try no sins news. What's that? No sin news? Is that like do you just make that up? Copy. What's that? Yeah, it's good stuff. No sin news. What is that? Did you just make that up? I don't see it anywhere. No else controlled opposition gingers. How dare you, dude? How freaking dare you? That's so racist. He just skirted that. He completely skirted that question. This is disappointing. So I don't know if you know, like I watch left wing streamers all the time because I want to know what they're thinking. And there's always like this common thread about Ben Shapiro that he only debates 18-year-olds and he doesn't ever debate anyone that has a fully formed frontal lobe. I just think that's so funny that is like the main critique of Ben Shapiro, that he only debates like idiot 16-year-olds, but he won't debate adults. But I'm ready for that Tucker Carlson Ben Shapiro debate. I just want to watch him squirm. I wanted to catch you live for a while, but didn't disappoint. But I got to work early. Have a good night. Hey, HVAC, man, I appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for coming and checking out the show. Drop a like, drop a comment if you don't mind. And it means a lot to me, that comment, dude. I'm glad to be back doing live shows. It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming. So I'm glad to be back. I thought Aaron was an NFL player. Dude, Aaron was an NFL player. Now he's dead. Dead. No spin news. Oh. What is no spin news? Is that like Bill O'Reilly or something? F it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. I can't get into Bill O'Reilly, if that's who you're talking about. He just comes off as like, I'm the smartest person alive. And I like anyone that like tries to come off like that as like the smartest person alive, I don't think is smart. Because the smartest people I know always have more questions than answers. I mean, isn't it like every smart person I've ever met has more questions than answers? Because the more you learn, the more you're like, I'm an idiot. I have no idea what's happening in the world. I just need to keep learning. Derek, it's not racist if it's true. You know what? That's really racist. Ben has more makeup on than Dylan Mulvaney. I wonder if there's a comparison. Dylan Mulvaney, Ben Shapiro. I'm gonna... Yeah, who's hotter? There's the question. Who's hotter, Ben Shapiro or Dylan Mulvaney? You gotta marry one, and you gotta F one. You choose. This is from March.
The most absurd sight of the day yesterday came courtesy of Dylan.
I love when people just like, the most absurd sight of the day was Dylan Mulvaney. Dude, if Dylan Mulvaney was your most absurd sight of the day, you need to get a life. Because there's way worse things out there in the world than forcing yourself to look at Dylan Mulvaney. There's that picture going around of Dylan Mulvaney with his shirt off, like in the bathtub, and it's HOTT hot. Okay. Do a poll. Okay. Yeah, let's do a poll. Shout the polls. haven't done a poll in a minute. Do you like me? Do you like my thumbnail that I totally shoinked from Mr. Beast? Okay, let's see. End this poll. New poll. I need to have. We need a poll. Let's get a poll in here. Who is hotter? You have to choose. By the way, if I do this poll, you have to choose. You have to choose either Ben Shapiro or Dylan. Dylan, Arapakan. You have to choose one. Who is hotter, Ben Shapiro or Dylan Mulvaney? Choose. No homo, dude. You have to choose. There's a lot. There's a lot going for Ben Shapiro. Let's go. Ben Shapiro. Shapiro modeling. Let's get some modeling photos. Let's not just like, stop. Okay, that's AI. Okay, I was about to say. Oh. See, here we are thinking. I find them all a turn off. Poor Ben can't relate to adults. I mean, here we are judging Ben Shapiro, but look at him. God, he looks good. Wait, have you ever seen Ben Shapiro like flexing? You ever seen him flexing? It's too much. Does that change your mind, guys? Guys, does that change your mind? It definitely changes mine. It's too much. Put that away, dude. I need to put this above my fireplace. What am I doing? I could have this. Why are there so many pictures of him flexing? What is the deal? Is this like a thing for him? He just goes around and flexes?
Celeste, okay, she's asking for the gun show. All right, we haven't done it in a while, so here we go. Let's make this thing happen. We'll do the full gun show. It's so silly. Celeste, okay, she's
okay, I'm subscribing to the Daily Wire after that. That's hot. Well, okay, jaw. Ben Shapiro seems more like a cuddler. Dylan Mulvaney looks like he needs regular blood transfusion to remain warm. Well, you would have to, wow, the poll's 50-50. Come on, guys, get your votes in. Of course, Willie says he will not participate. Bill knows you better listen to him. That's true. If you don't, he'll kick your ass. F it, we'll do it live. Ben needs testosterone supplements before his next flex photo. Dude, he does. He needs to get on that peptides. We all do. Peptides for men. We all need to get on this. Get yourself some freaking peptides shipped. There we go. And then you could be as sexually attractive as Ben Shapiro. Think about it. You could be the next. I voted for Mickey Mouse. Who knows? Dude, shout out to Ben though. Like him even less now. Oh, how could you? After the gun show? Look, it's just clipped up. There's only like 20 of these photos. I mean, there's multiple.
Rachel says, hey, my friend thinks you're cute, but is hesitant to sign up for All Access. Can you give her 2 good reasons to sign up? 1 on each arm. Rachel, I already did the gun show. How many gun shows do people need? Rachel says, hey.
I want to take like every single clip of Ben flexing and just clip it up and make an entire show about Ben Shapiro flexing. Okay. You guys get to choose what we watch next. I guess we're just doing 50-50 on this last poll. Shout out to 50-50s everywhere. Let's do this next video. You choose. Next video. You two on Rumble. Watch Tucker Carlson clip or Jimmy Dore / Alex Jones clip. You guys choose. We live in a democracy here at the Derek O'Shea Show, so you choose. What's your New Year's resolution this year? I'm going to get my diet in check because I gained a bunch of weight, and then I'm also live streaming again. Those are my New Year's resolutions. I got to get some sleep. Have fun, guys. Hey, Papa. Kisses. Still not as bad as the bazooka guy I have in Russia. Dude. The bazooka Russian guy? Isn't that like bazooka Russian? Oh yeah, this guy. Good God. Dude, he has got problems. I mean, why would you inject yourself with freaking fat or whatever oil is in these? Ugh. That's like worse than getting like Botox. But also hot. God. All right, let's see. I'm going to end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending. Hey, man. Junior, it's good to have you back live, too, dude. Where's the poll? Where the frick did the poll go? Okay, there it is. 100%. Dude, Alex Jones. Shout out to Alex Jones. Okay. Let's see. I picked this clip because I'm incredibly interested in the state of surveillance right now, especially with everything that's going on. It's basically Ben Shapiro if he was Christian. That's true. Like even less now. Okay, this video right here. First of all, love this combo of Jimmy Dore and Alex Jones. But he's talking about the state of surveillance right here.
Let me just ask you just a general question. How much of our reality do you think is manipulated by elites or intelligence tricks?
It depends on the person. Some people are totally oblivious and pay attention to nothing except for sports or sitcoms or whatever it is they're into. Other people are political, both right-wing and left-wing, and think they know what's going on. And they're establishment right-wing, they're in a facsimile of disinformation. And they're establishment left-wing, they're really in a hologram. And then you've got just normal, populist, informed people from blue-collar workers up to academics that just really get the fact that the public trust has been broken. The mainstream media lies on purpose. They're very nasty. They're trying to divide the country for social control. That was in the WikiLeaks, emails from a head psychologist of a psychology department. I think it was Columbia, but I forget the exact one. And this is certified real WikiLeaks. And he says, we're losing because people aren't paying attention to us. It's not that they...
P.S. Look at his mic and look at my mic. I'll continue.
Hate us or even agree with us or disagree. It's that they don't even care about us anymore. So we're going to have to go to culture war. And this is in 2016 in the middle of the election. So,
right. Hey, good night.
So they're
good to see you in chat. I've never seen you before.
Using, that they legalized back in 2010. Obama, remember?
Smith-Mundt Modernization Act.
Legalized propaganda. Exactly. You guys have covered that a lot. I've seen you do that. And so that's the CIA. So they always planted stories overseas that came back on purpose. They had Operation Mockingbird that came out in the Frank Church committees in the 70s, late 70s. But this is directly the CIA going after you. And look, I can speak to the CIA. People always go, oh, he admits he's an agent. He admits he's bad. No, I had my late uncle was high level in Army Special Operations and like running stuff in major operations in Iran-Contra. And I had other family that was involved in back when HUMAT was really...
Can you imagine how great the technology elites have is, 100%. Dude, it's like, you think like you are getting, the algorithm is pushing stuff to you? I mean, I've said it like 100 times. It's like you watch how, like, if I want clicks on my videos, I have to promote my videos. You have to pay to promote. Like, it's just part of the thing. And so everything from like Taylor Swift and NFL to magazines in front of you to news stories that are selected based on what is being need to be given to you. It's ridiculous how much detail. I mean, like, I don't want to go like too far in like the black pill of like we're all screwed, man. But like at the same time, it's like there are companies behind these decisions very strategically for very strategic reasons in order for us to all sort of think the same way. That's why you hear like the same phrases being uttered over and over again on news agencies, on corporate media. When you're reading the news, you'll hear the same phrase. You'll hear it over and over again so that you start to actually think that way. This is like, you just look at the illegal immigration that's going across America. I've gotten to the point where I will even say migrants. And I'm like, where did that come from? Oh, because I read that word over and over again. So it's in my head. I'm not even thinking about it. It's subconscious. So much of this stuff is like, that's being pushed. It's like, why is Dylan Mulvaney in my face? Is Dylan Mulvaney really that big of an issue? Or is there bigger issues going on in the world? Why do we care so much about this one person? That's just like, there are people dying on the street. Yeah, but Dylan Mulvaney, have you seen Dylan Mulvaney with the shirt off in the tub? Hot.
Big before it was all digital. And so growing up,
YouTube has become pay to play. Little guys get little chance. Oh, 100%. It's not like it used to be at all. That's why it's like, if you like small content creators, like their stuff, share their stuff, comment on their stuff, it helps the algorithms out. Other than that, it's just like, it's almost impossible. Like the other day, I saw like Tim Pool was like talking about how he's going to throw $100,000 on Twitter to advertise on it. I don't have $100,000 to throw on a video. And Daily Wire spends millions of dollars on YouTube promotions. Like, I don't have that kind of money. Like, that's why when people make fun of people's like view count ratios or view counts on videos, like, they're just so dumb. They don't realize how much money. So many people are view botting. Like, there's a big streamer going on right now named Neon. I don't get him. He's just like a dork. Like, and he's dating like an OnlyFans model, but like, he's been known to get like view botted like crazy. Like, everyone's view botting. Everyone is view botting. Like, it's like insane. Persuasion uses the power of repetition. Oh, like, dude, 100%. 100. It's so easy. That is like literally psychology 101 of like repetition of hypnotism. Saying the same phrase over and over again. That's why people develop mantras. That's why people will like say positive stuff over themselves so that it happens. Like that, it's just part of the game. Unless you pay to play with your body.
I had family talking trash about the government, how they're lying, how they're full of crap, how both parties are bad, how it's all big corporations, about all they did. And then this is me listening around the corner to family where both people, have been in this, and I'm like, yeah, that son of a bitch. All we did is go around paying off the mafia and then cracking heads. They didn't follow our orders, and yeah, those bastards are smuggling kids out of Guatemala. They ought to all be shot. And like, I'm sitting there around the corner. I mean, this was both sides of my family, by the way, had people that were in this. And that sounds like, ooh, it's mysterious. No, it's like working at Walmart. Before the mid-90s, when signals intelligence and digital spying on the NSA really got to where it could grab every call and every email, it was 90% human, 10% signals. They phased that all out in the mid-90s. But before that, the CIA didn't just have its regular budget. It was, dealing cocaine. It was everywhere. It's like saying, oh, I had family work for Coca-Cola, except it's a government criminal mafia. And they recruit the best in their classes, patriotic. They had programs in the 60s. Oh, you want to be part of NASA in the early 60s, and kids would go who were top of their class. A recruiter would come into the school and say, oh, you're top of your class, and I see you do all this, and you can shoot really good, and you filled out this survey for NASA that you camp out sometimes for a week by yourself when you were like 12 years old, and you've done all this stuff. We want you to join NASA, and we want you to come to the University of Texas when you're 15 next year, and we want to put you in a program. That happened to one of my family very close to me, and by the time he was about 19, he figured it out and was like, "Whoa, I'm not doing this." Okay, so I mean, but I mean, you couldn't shake.
You wouldn't do it? I think I would do it. I think if like a CIA came to me as an 18-year-old and was like, "I'm going to turn you in to the Minority Report. I'm going to give you. You're going to be the next Matt Damon. Like you're going to be like a secret agent." As an 18-year-old, I'd be like, "All right, let's check it out."
Swing a stick in the dark, in Texas at that time and not hit these people. And so, I mean,
should be the voice of Simpsons.
I've had growing up, a German, East German at the house for 3 months who's being trained how to do something. I mean, so I'm telling you, that's how close I am to this. I know all about this stuff.
Come see us do a live stand-up.
I love Alex Jones, but sometimes when I'm listening to him, I'm like, what are we talking about again? Am I the only one? It's like sometimes I'm like, oh, this should be an interesting video, and then it went from like surveillance state to like you're taking kids from high school and you're training them to be secret agent. Like, what is happening? Like, I don't know. He's like that guy that you're just getting little nuggets, and you have to like chew on them for like a week, and you're like, oh, that's what he meant. I'm doing like 3D, 4D chess. Love him or hate him, Alex knows how to get attention and be interesting. Oh, 100%. No, he's a showman. He's 100% a showman. I mean, that's what so many these podcasters are. Is like they have great ways of keeping your attention. That's why they like so many like political podcasters. They won't tell you everything up front. They tell you a little bit, and then they give you a little crumb. And then a little bit and a little crumb. Not because the story is that interesting, it's because they're trying to keep your attention. Like, it's so in your face, and so many people are like, wow, this story is nuts. And it's like, no, they have 3 hours to get through, and they're trying to keep your attention the entire time so they can get through the 10 commercials they have in front of you. That's just like what it is. And we're over here like, this is a good podcast. Guys, I've had so much fun tonight. 2 hours of live stream. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. It's been good. All family, his family being all CIA. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I got family in CIA. My distant uncle. I got an uncle too that I can't talk about. Have a wonderful day. I did. Good night. Hey, see you guys tomorrow night, all right? 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate every single one of you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Always good. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Have a wonderful night. See you tonight. Love your show tonight. This year's The Rise of Derek. Hey, let's go, Junior. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate the compliment. I appreciate you guys on Rumble holding it down. If you guys don't mind dropping a like as well. Have a great night.